The narcissist's weapon, the smile. Can't you just smile back at me when I send a smile to you? Why is it that your lips are tight and seem so frosty blue? Can't you let your mouth just raise both sides a little bit? Or is it that my face just doesn't, in your mind, quite fit? If you would smile, your face would be a very handsome one, and I believe that you and I could have a lot of fun. But until you give a welcome grin, there's nothing I can do, except when you look across at me, I'll keep smiling back at you. A short poem by Ernestine Northover about the smile. Your smile is coveted by us. Your smile provides us with fuel. It is positive fuel. When you smile in a way where your entire face lights up, your eyes sparkle. A broad smile, a short smile, a smile that perhaps makes your nose wrinkle. But either way, your smile provides us with positive fuel. It is a gesture and a facial expression that combine to provide us with some fuel. It is moderate in amount, and of course, dependent on who it comes from, that will vary with regard to its potency. A smile from a stranger is a tertiary source and therefore is low in potency. A smile from the former intimate partner primary source or the intimate partner primary source is right up at the top of the tree when it comes to potency. Other appliances between the two, between the tertiary source and the primary source, varying in potency. And of course, frequency depends upon how long and how often you are smiling at us. But ultimately, the smile from a victim to us is positive fuel. It also denotes control. This positive response on your part tells us, you signal, you telegraph, you notify us that you are in control under that moment, and therefore the provision of your smile is very important to us. Your smile comes from a position of emotional empathy. You don't think to smile, you just do. You feel it. Elation, joy, ecstasy, happiness, even relief. A nervous smile, perhaps, a smile of reassurance, but nevertheless, all of them smiles which are coming our way, occasioned by something that we have done, and therefore are the receipt of fuel for us and the signaling of control. But what about us? What about us, the narcissists, and the use of the smile? Well, for us, the smile is a weapon. And I have learned this. As I have explained elsewhere, we do not experience happiness, joy, ecstasy. We experience power as a consequence of the fuel that is provided to us. And when we smile, this is a manifestation of two things. Firstly, a device, which is a manipulation to occasion a response from you in terms of getting you under control or keeping you under control, drawing fuel from you, and possibly even a residual benefit. It also is the product of how we feel having been fueled in order to continue to fit in. The narcissist smirk is a provision of that, and if you'd like to learn more about that, just listen to my video, The Narcissist Smirk, to help you understand what's really going on when you witness that. Our smile does not come from a position of emotional empathy because we don't have any. Our smile is purely generated as a consequence of the necessity to assert control over you and or as a consequence of the provision of fuel making it appear. I understand this. I also understand that the smile is the one gesture amongst the human race that is universally recognized. It is a gesture that has applicability no matter which part of the planet you come from, a bustling metropolis, a quiet backwater, a shrouded idyll, a frozen Antarctic waste. No matter where you happen to be, where you happen to have lived or grown up, the smile is universally recognized amongst Homo sapiens, and therefore has universal applicability for us as a weapon of control. It's seen in all cultures, all societies, and therefore enables us, the narcissist, to fit in that way. I learned this universal applicability and commandeered that to my advantage, to know that no matter where I might be on this planet of ours, the smile is a useful weapon no matter who I might be dealing with. I also learned through observance and study, watching those that would smile at other people, that a natural smile lasts for approximately 2/3 of a second until roughly 4 seconds. Anything shorter is deemed as inauthentic, and anything longer is deemed as menacing, false, even unsettling. I observed this with regard to interactions between people and logged this, so that as part of the imitation game, listen to the video of that name please, I have come to recognize that when I deploy a smile, I consciously ensure that it is between that time frame of 2/3 of a second and 4 seconds. I normally go for around 2 seconds, sitting more or less in the middle of that time frame, in order to ensure that the smile radiates supposed approval, happiness, confirmation, reassurance. It does not. I am merely using that as a device for the purpose of the assertion of control and the drawing of fuel. But such is the extent to which I recognize what an authentic smile looks like, and therefore I mimic it in terms of how I do it and also the time period that I do it for, it enables me to fit in, so that nobody sees that it is a device of manipulation. Nobody recognizes that it doesn't come from a position of emotional empathy. Nobody notices that it is false, an artifice, an illusion. Yes, you can see the smile, but it is not generated by any warmth. It's generated by a cold, distinct, set-apart need to control the individual that I'm dealing with. In instances, of course, where I'm well-fueled, a smile may well pass my lips as a consequence of the provision of that fuel, but again, I ensure that it only stays in place for that time period, as mentioned, to avoid shattering the veneer or facade that enables me to move amongst people so readily. Thus, I will stand there, no doubt seething in hatred towards an individual, but for the maintenance of a facade, I can maintain that smile that causes them to believe that all is well. This smile is used to charm, it's used to reward, it's used to reassure. It's utilized in all those methods, and of course, a healthy smile, one which shows good teeth, with full lips, that lasts for the appropriate time, and does not look awkward, is well practiced, is one that is quite the weapon, that winning smile, that dazzling smile, not one that goes on for too long, a cheeky smile, an approving smile. All of those things very effective at the assertion of control over people in a benign way. And you must understand that the narcissist smile doesn't come from a place of joy or happiness or ecstasy. It is simply a weapon that is being used against you. A weapon to assert control and to draw fuel. And sometimes it may also lead to the acquisition of residual benefit. But that is what it is. A weapon and you should understand it. One of many that we possess. But it is often seen, because it's a kind and apparently warm gesture, that you might think of it as being a weapon. But it is. And indeed, when you talk about somebody flashing that killer smile, understand what they're really doing is slaying your resistance and ensuring that you are brought under that control that we require. It's important to understand where this smile comes from, and I have explained to you how I have consciously utilised it in a calculated fashion to enable me to fit in, to utilise it in certain situations, so that it looks authentic, that it looks genuine, but it is not. It is manufactured. And in a companion video to this, the weaponized empath, the narcissist smile, I'm going to let you into a secret about how analysing certain smiles may well give you the key to realising that you're dealing with a narcissist. Look out for that video and you will learn something very helpful. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.